House Wars.
Wait, BENCAR!
This guy's flying. This guy's flying.
I has rage! I has rage! I has rage!
Wait.
Put BENCAR
Wait,
dad on the
what?
mic.
Dad, they want you to join. I don't know.
BENCAR dad. We
Doesn't
want
he have a
BENCAR
Discord
dad.
They want you on the call.
Oh my god. Are you seeing this shit, Savis? Oh my god. This guy is so bad.
Guess who's here?
BENCAR dad.
Wait, does
BENCAR.
BENCAR dad have Minecraft? Let's actually get him to join Hypixel.
No, he's not gonna.
Oh, okay.
That's not nice.
Yeah, well, neither's the one that stabbed me.
Wait, you got stabbed once?
By a black guy, yes.
You got stabbed by a black guy?
Yep.
Did it hurt?
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
It didn't.
And
Do you want to know? Do you want to know why he stabbed me?
Why did he stab you?
What?
Because I caught him stealing my wallet from my duffel bag at work.
Oh my god.
Oh.
He was just jealous.
Stereotypes galore.
He was just jealous of your rich and your wealth.
Bro, my dad was probably poorer than a black guy back then.
I worked at fucking Taco Bell. Yeah, actually, and here's the sad part. If I would have, at the time, actually pushed legal action, I didn't even think about it. I put a fucking gauze bandage on my fucking wound and went back to work. I did. And I would have sued the shit out of the company. Number one, it was while I was working. Number two, I was 17 at the time.
Oh, you were young. Okay. I don't know why I thought you were still a parent.
What the fuck you doing with my wallet? I ain't got your wallet. What the fuck is that in your pocket? That's my wallet.
That's my wallet.
No, it ain't. Show it to me. Then he hit me. Fucking kicked him square in the chest. He fell back.
Oh, I almost go. Oh.
Grabs a fucking prep knife and fucking lunged at me.
Bro. Was it really that serious?
I'm not joking.
of course he was.
My brother was working with me and he witnessed it.
Oh my
I
god.
was just standing there?
He was just.
Well, oh no, he flipped fucking shit when he saw everything starting to go down. But I mean, we were 15 feet away from him. It wasn't like he could have stopped him from stabbing me.
Right.
But he lunged at me, and I jumped back, and I threw my leg up, and he actually caught me on the side of the leg.
Damn.
But it would have went right in the gut.
Oh.
If
Where'd you
if I
get
s-
that?
so if I would have stayed standing when he lunged at me without moving, it would have went right in my gut.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I jumped back, and I threw my leg up to try to kick him back and protect myself from him. So when he came down, it actually got me on the side of the leg.
Ooh, Dad, talk about your Domino's stories. Working at Domino's. He has the best stories for when he worked at Domino's.
Really?
I got a
Dude,
couple
I
pretty
love
good ones.
Domino's. I love Domino's.
Like I had, well, they used to be better. They used to be even better than they are now. I worked for Domino's for about 7 years, and
Was it good?
after a while, you just get sick and fucking tired of hearing the same shit over and over. Hey man, I got a bug in my pizza. I want a new one, and like that, right?
Yeah.
So this guy calls up and says, "You fucking stoner, hey man,
Hey,
we
man.
gotta." Yeah. Oh, he was slow talking too. I'm not exaggerating. He was like, "We got a pizza, and there's a spider in it." I'm like, "How did you find a spider?" "Well, it's under the cheese."
It's under the...
And I asked him, I said, "How would you even know to look?" "Oh, I don't know." And fucking just knew he was full of shit. So I told him that I was going to have to send the, God, how did I put it? Something like the hazmat team to take the sample so we can send it to the lab for verification on how it got there. And I'm telling him this after I went to go deliver a replacement pizza and get that one from him.
Dude, no. He's trying to scam you to get 2 pizzas.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. But I took advantage of this and f***ed with him hardcore.
Oh my god.
So I show up. So we used to have these kits in the first aid box for cuts and things like that. It had like biohazard and blood biohazard symbols on it. And so I show up, I've got a mask on, I got rubber gloves on, I got these tongs, and I got this freaking biohazard bag. The guy looked like he was about to shit himself. And I told him, I said, yeah, I'm going to have to take the sample. We're going to have to determine how it got there. And we can tell through forensics if it was cooked or if it was placed after the pizza was already put through the oven. And then he was like, oh, what'll happen, man? And I was like, well, it's fraud if we find out that, somebody put it there.
Oh, what? Oh.
And all this other, and I just had him going, and I thought he was going to cry.
Dude. Wait, did
and
you?
Then when I...
Did you,
What's that?
Did you meet this guy in person? If so,
Yes.
Could you smell the weed?
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, they were high as fuck. And I could tell they were high because when they were calling up, hey, man. So, yeah, that was one story. I took them pretty good. I had another one where it was a Sunday morning, and that's key.
And that's how I met your wife.
You didn't even get to the good part.
Well, about what?
About where you scared him and then all you did was throw it away. I don't know why that makes me laugh. I don't know why, when you explain, how you just explained this whole thing to him.
And then I just went and threw it all away anyway.
Just throw it away and just
Jumping
go on
in.
with your day.
Oh, I mean, what am I supposed to do with it? I'm not fucking eating somebody's pizza that they put a spider on it.
Scream with people is the funniest, hobby.
So then there's another instance where this guy comes up. I just opened up 11 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Comes in with an empty pizza box. It was a small thin crust Hawaiian pineapple. I'll never forget. And the guy goes, "Hey, I got a pizza yesterday and it had hair all over it, and I wanted to see if I could get a replacement." And I opened the box. Yeah, right. And I knew he didn't have the pizza because the box was empty. I could tell the box was empty, and he had it with. And he put the box down, and I opened the pizza, and I'm looking. And I took about 15 seconds. I'm looking. I looked at the guy, and I said, "Well, where's the pizza?" He goes, "We ate it." And I said, "Well, how was the hair? Was it good?" He goes, "Well, we threw that piece away."
Oh, my God.
And I said, "Oh, okay. So where is it?" He goes, "It's at the garbage in my house." And I said, "Great. I'll tell you what. Go home, get that piece of pizza with the hair on it, all over it, and I will give you a fucking free pizza every week for a year."
And let me guess, he showed up with his own DNA hair.
Nope.
Oh, no.
Nope. He goes, "I don't want free pizza for a year. I want a pizza now." And I said, "Well, I can't give you a free pizza without seeing the hair all over the pizza that you had." And he goes, "Well, I threw it away." And I said, "Well, go get it." And he goes, "Well, the garbage man came."
Oh, my God.
And I looked at him, I said, "It's Sunday morning. How fucking stupid do you think I am? Garbage doesn't come on Sundays." And he took the box and he threw it at me. And it split my lip open.
Again.
So he threw the box, hit me in the lip, split my lip open,
Oh my God.
and then he ran out.
Oh, my God.
Two other guys hop out of the car with him, so the three of them are trying to fucking puffer fish and look tough.
Was this
I walk out, I take my uniform off, I said, "I am off the clock right now. I'm gonna fuck all three of you on the fucking hood of your car. I'm gonna fucking fuck you, especially fucking, God, what did I say? I'm gonna fuck you, especially sweet princess, because you busted my motherfucking lip open. And if you're lucky, I'll let you live." Guy goes, "I know where you work, you fat fuck." I said, "You dumb motherfucker. I have the pizza box with your address on it. I know where you fucking live." And he looked, and he was like, "We should get out of here." I said, "Yeah, get the fuck out. And I'm putting a block on your fucking account. Go fuck yourself, motherfucker." It was cool.
Yeah.
He's the fucking three of them fucking hopping out, and I'm like, "I'm gonna fucking fuck you all." As in, bend you over on the hood of his car. They're all like, "This guy's fucking crazy." Yep, yes, he is.
Holy shit.
So, God, what else have I done? We used to have somebody that would call up, and they would order one pizza, call back and say we didn't get both pizzas. And we used to put a little code on the computer that said WFS, which meant watch for scam. And these people would call in once a week, and they'd be like, yeah, I'd like a large pepperoni sausage pizza and a 6-pack of Coke. And every single time I would say, do you want a second pizza with that? Nope, just one. We deliver it, and they call back, and we didn't get our second pizza. And finally I just said, you know what? You pull this every week. I'm not doing it anymore. You didn't order a second pizza. I took the call. I verified. You said no, and now you're lying to us again. Lady goes, give me my freaking second pizza. I said, bitch, I'll give you your freaking check back, and I'm going to block your motherfucking account because I'm sick of freaking dealing with shitbags like you. Slam. I freaking hung the phone up, grabbed her check. And before I hung up, actually, I said, you better have the fucking rest of the pizza and the soda's fucking available, right? I'm just fucking livid. So I drive there. I hand her the check. There was only one piece of pizza taken and 5 cans of soda out of a 6-pack because they cracked one open. And I said, have a wonderful day. You are not getting pizza from us anymore. And as I left, she fucking yells out the window. She's like, you fucking fat ass. And I said, what? Have you looked in the mirror? You're fucking not even me, you fat. In her yard, in her driveway, I took the fucking pizza box and I kicked it. Fucking pieces of pizza went flying all over the yard. And I took all fucking cans of soda, cracked them open, and poured them on their yard, and I threw the cans down. I said, fat ass, you can fucking clean it up.
I know, scabbers.
I don't know if I have any. Not sure what other stories I have.
Anything like in high school or something?
You beat up a guy and almost cracked his skull open.
What?
Where you put their head in between your legs. And
Oh,
I love to hear that.
so you guys know what a pile driver is?
What is that?
Pile driver, it's where you take somebody who's like they're facing you.
Oh.
You bend them forward, and then you put their head between your legs, and then you fall back on your butt. And you literally break their fucking neck. Well, I was in wrestling, and I broke my collarbone.
Ooh.
And so I was out for the season. And this guy, every single fucking time I'd open my locker, he'd bump into me, and it would hurt. And he'd be like, I know you got them drugs, man. I know you got the drugs. I'm going to catch you. I'm DEA, blah, 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 and shit like that. I'm just like, who the fuck are you? I'm like, dude, just get the fuck off me. And it went on until the last day of winter before Christmas break. The guy fucking pushes me, and I just had enough, and I literally grabbed him with one arm, threw him across the hallway, and he bounced off the lockers, and he punched me right in the fucking eye. It was like a Super Bowl. It was like, bing, crack. I was like, fuck. So here's me with a busted collarbone with an arm in a sling, and this guy's fucking starting to jack me up, right? I'm like, all right, it's going down. So I take the sling off. I've got him in a headlock, and so what I did is I had him held up in a headlock with my left arm. That was the one where it was broke. And then to make sure that I could hold on better, I was holding my shirt.
So bad.
So I could literally, what I was trying to do is hold him and choke him out. And at the same time, I'm giving him kidney punches. Teachers used to let us fight back in the day until it got out of hand. Literally would let us, we'd fight. Yeah. There'd be no weapons, get it over with, move on.
Damn.
And I'm holding it.
Was this like what time? Like the 80s, 90s?
Yes. So as I got him in a headlock, somebody goes, "Dude, pile drive him!" And like a pro wrestler, I was like perked up, looked around, and I went, "Yeah." I did. And I grabbed fucking handfuls of hair back of his head. Both my arms, I fucking threw them between my legs. I squeezed my thighs around his head, around his ears, grabbed his pants, started picking him up, and a fucking teacher tackles me, and he's like, nope, that's enough.
Yeah, that's enough.
So,
that's how you
and I got suspended for half a day.
Half a day.
Yeah, I get a half a day suspension because the principal was like, "We've got Christmas break coming up. I think that's enough time for you guys to cool off and everything. Just go home, take the rest of the day off." I'm like, okay.
That's just a free one.
Yeah, right.
That's a W. Wait, were you buff back in your days in high school?
No, I mean, I wasn't weak, but I wasn't like buff. I was always kind of a big guy, overweight.
I see.
Like beefy.
Like the type of guy you just don't want to pick a fight with.
Yeah, for the most part.
It's
So-
funny. I feel like nowadays it'd be like way easier to fight you
Why?
because like all your medical conditions and shit. But
Dude, I'm in my
it
50s.
looks like you'll kick ass. That's the thing.
Well, and that's why I call like doing the puffer fish, because a puffer fish, when it's being threatened,
Yeah.
will grow bigger. It puffs up, and that's what people do when you try to put on a show. I get it, but I would have to say that one of my best stories I had is I almost got into a fight with a guy on the hockey team who actually became a pro.
Really? What's his name?
Chris McAlpine from Roseville High School.
No idea.
Ooh, I
who the fuck
remember
he is.
this story.
So I'm walking down the hallway going to my locker, and I see this really gorgeous chick.
Damn.
I was like, wow. And I'd only been in the school for a couple weeks.
And that's how I met your mother.
Yeah, right.
Was that actually like mom, or no?
Oh God, no.
No. Okay.
No, she's years after. So I'm walking by and I look at her and I literally turned a 360 as she walked by. I was like, wow. So then after that, I put my face in my locker. I was grabbing my stuff, and I get a tap on my shoulder, and I'm like, "What's up?" And this guy goes, "What you looking at?" And I was like, "What do you mean? That girl that just walked by, you like staring?" I said, "She's attractive. I'm gonna look." And he goes, "Well, that's my girl." Or I did. And I said, "She's good looking." He's like, "Well, that's my girl." And I said, "What's your point?"
Oh shit.
And he goes, "Don't look at my girl." I said, "What the f*** are you gonna do, dude? You gonna f***ing tell me who I can and can't f***ing look at?" And all of a sudden, when this is happening, there's like a half circle of people just surrounding, waiting to f***ing see a fight break out. And this guy that was probably 5'6", 250 pounds, swear to God, built like a brick house. He was solid. He goes, "Kick his fucking ass, Chris." And I looked at him with crazy eyes, and I said, "Yeah, Chris, kick my ass. Because if you fucking don't, I'm going to kick your ass and your fucking buddy's ass when I'm fucking done." And I threw my shit on the ground, and I said, "Let's go, bitch." He looks at me, and he goes, "I don't have time for you." And I grabbed my sweatshirt, and I threw it at him. I said, "Wipe the yellow streak off your back, you f***ing." And that was... And from that point on, he would avoid me, he wouldn't talk to me, nothing. And this one girl walks up and she goes, "Oh my God, I can't believe you just did that." I'm like, "Why?" I was being a bully. F*** that. She goes, "That's Chris McAlpine." I said, "Who the f*** is Chris McAlpine?" He didn't mean shit to me. That name meant nothing. So, they won the Stanley Cup in the mid-90s, I believe is when it was.
Oh, they were like Chris McAlpine. What was his name again?
Yeah, Chris McAlpine.
Wait,
So if you look up NHL Chris McAlpine.
McAlpine. I don't know. Oh my God! Yeah, I think I know this guy. I recognize his face. Holy f***.
Yeah. So years later, after New Jersey won the Stanley Cup, he was drafted in 1990. It was like 88 or I think it was 88 or 89 that this went down. He might have been a senior. And we were at the Minnesota State Fair. It was me and a buddy of mine, and it was Tom Chorsky and Chris McAlpine were there to sign autographs. And I went there. I didn't have a Chris McAlpine anything, and I knew I was totally going to fuck with him. And Tom Swirsky was a player, and I had his card. And I walked up, and it was Tom Swirsky first in line. I'm like, Tom, great job. You guys were fantastic. And I handed him the card, and I said, can you make that out to Scott? And he goes, absolutely. And I'm like, appreciate it, man. I said, hey, Chris, can you sign this? It was just a piece of paper, and he looked at me. And I knew he fucking recognized me because he had this old look on his face. And he signed this paper, handed it to me, and I grabbed the paper, I crinkled it up, and I threw it at him. No shit. And Tom Swirsky, the other player, goes, dude, what the fuck was that? I said, me and Chris have a little history. We went to Roseville High School together for a short period of time. We almost got into a fight, but he backed down. Yeah, better he fill you in on the story, and I hope he tells the truth. Tom looked at fucking Chris and looked at me and goes, oh, shit, I want to hear this. And that was it.
Oh, my God.
And Chris looked like I just shit this fucking Cheerios when I did that.
Oh, my God.
I swear to God, I recognize his face. He's like...
And you might. He's not. He wasn't like a superstar by any means, but if you watched hockey at all back in the day, I guess it's very possible.
He's like a micro celebrity.
But
micro celebrity.
That's the only way I can describe like
a less known, famous person. Yeah,
but still famous.
God, what other fun stories do I have?
Yeah.
What you want to hear? How I bang chicks in my car?
I mean.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Other than that,
do you have any stories with BENCAR when he was like young or something?
When I dropped him on his head?
When I was like 6.
I didn't even think you were that old, dude.
You don't think I was conscious.
I know you're conscious, but I don't think you were that old.
I was conscious for about until you dropped me.
Yep.
So
we're in Target. And I went to pick him up, and I used to have horrible fucking anxieties and panic attacks, and so I would when I would have an issue, I would take Xanax, and it would help calm me. Well, it apparently calmed me too much because I went to pick him up and I dropped him, and he just went head first, and it was dunk. Fucking this lady looked at me like I just fucking bounced him off the floor on purpose trying to kill him.
Basketball. I mean, I turned out okay, right?
I mean, so makes me wonder how many millions you haven't made because I dropped you.
Elon Musk was dropped on his head.
So that's why you're so dumb, BENCAR.
What do you mean? I'm smarter than you. I bet you believe what the government tells you. Yeah, but you're you and I'm me.
What?
I said you're you and I'm me.
Oh, wait.
Mom.
Grandma?
You guys I love your guys' bond. I don't know why.
No father-son bond?
Fuck you.
I don't know why. My dad's saying "fuck you" to their own kid. It's the funniest shit.
The way my dad says "fuck you" is funny. Like my friends tell me that. They're like, "Why does your dad say fuck you like that?" It's really funny.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Anything BENCAR did when he was really young or something?
Yeah, we did almost get wiped out in a tornado together.
Because my dad couldn't.
Did you ever share the video with him?
No, but I could.
Wait, what?
You should. Where the
f***
are the wipers? Ben, how do I turn the fucking wipers on?
I don't know. I'm 16.
It was a car I had never driven in the rain before, and I couldn't figure out where the wiper blades or to turn on the wipers. And we're just getting downpoured on. It's hailing.
Yeah, we're in the wind.
We're in the rain wrap of the tornado.
In the rain wrap. Like,
yep.
It's probably not even a quarter mile away from us. We're so lucky that it was a weak tornado. We didn't see the actual thing.
The reason the cause of death because the dad couldn't figure out where the wipers were.
Yep.
cause of death, quote unquote. Where the fuck are the wipers?
Satan is asking me why I died. Oh, because my dumbass dad couldn't find the damn windshield wipers on a car.
That sucked, man. I was pissed because I wanted to keep chasing.
I wanted to see it. We took a wrong turn at one point. I remember.
That was your fault.
Yeah, I didn't know how to read radar scope at the time.
That's fine. We'll do it again.
We know better. Now we know to chase in the winter in the south. True says.
Wait, have you had any Karen interactions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pet store. Say that one.
Oh, fuck. So, in Shields.
Shields. I was gonna tell you to say that one too.
So, fucking Ben and I, we go to Shields. We go there, and I'd been looking at getting punching bags because I want to get back into MMA again. I'd done MMA for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And we had fucking walked around looking for them. Took forever, and then we finally did. And the only one that I see there that's on display is one of those air-filled ones with the sand in the bottom, you know, the cheaper ones. And I'm like, all right. So I grab it and I pull it from the wall because I wanted to see what kind of response it would have. Because if I hit it, I don't want it, you know, bouncing off the floor and going everywhere like one of those wacky inflatable arm men thing, you know, or whatever the fuck you want to call them.
Yeah.
And so I fucking punch it. I give it a right hook. I punch it. I hit it, you know, kind of hard, not very hard, but kind of hard. Made a thump. And then I did a left-right combo, and it bounced off the wall. And all of a sudden, and that was the only time it bounced off the wall, and I stopped. And one of the guys there goes, "Hey, it's bouncing off the wall." And I'm like, "I'm not doing it anymore." "But it bounced off the wall." I'm like, "Dude, I'm not fucking hitting it anymore." "But it hit the wall." I swear to God, he kept saying that. And the other guy next to him goes, "Sir, I can pull it out from the wall if you would like." And I said, I pulled it out. And I don't like the way that the reaction is. So I don't need it anymore. And I swear to God, the guy who was like, "Yeah, but it hit the wall," started saying something again. And I just looked at Ben and I said, "Dude, we need to go." It hit the wall.
Was that guy's literally an NPC.
Did you say an NPC?
Yeah.
God, non-player character.
Yeah.
Yep.
He just on repeat. Hit the wall! Interact, right click. Hit the wall!
Interact.